Okay. And we should be live. So
Awesome.
we are here for the Royal Cup finals. I'm Mr. Ben. I'm joined by Camwy
Yo.
and Mercenary.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And we are going to get into some dice throne action here pretty quickly. I believe the players have already selected their bands.
Yep, we had a Argon band Monk, Kulnik band Pyromancer.
And I guess for background, for players who aren't plugged into the competitive dice throne scene, Argon has been in this seat a couple of times before, uh, here at the finals of an event,
Yeah,
and I'm
bless his
sure he
heart.
is
Like
hoping.
he's already starting strong, getting a 6 on the opening roll. Oh, but another 6. Let's go.
Yeah, this is going to be a good battle, guys, because we've got a relatively newcomer in Cool Nick, who top Ford Master Series, and he also won his local ranked play event. And then we've got the veteran Argon, who's been to 4 finals and never been able to quake it over the hump.
Yeah, like he's paid his dues. Man's very good. Right strategy, guys. A lot of people have enjoyed on BGG for improving dice throne play. So by all means, man knows his stuff. Just has never clinched a win. So not to play favorites. I'm excited for a good game either way, but I'm hoping he wins. Push comes to shove if I had to pick one.
Well, I'm going to try to maintain neutrality here. I think there's a cool storyline on both sides. It's awesome to see a player who has fought for a long time finally break through and get that finish. It's also cool to see a newcomer come in and take the tournament scene by storm. So no matter who goes home with the victory tonight, I think there's this cool storyline on either side.
Yeah, absolutely good point.
And looking right here at the draft already, we've got a really good dichotomy of heroes. So Argon coming in with Paladin and Shadow Thief, and Nick with Black Widow and Huntress. So a very contrast on what they're playing.
Oof. The only matchup that I think is cruelly unfair, perhaps, is Shadow Thief against Huntress first instinct, just because Huntress kind of feels like she's a mid mid game sort of length player. I want to keep it a little bit slow, and Shadow Thief says, "I'm fine with the long game. Let's go."
Yeah, Huntress relies so much on you crashing into the defense and sort of supplementing your damage that way. So I think Shadow Thief is definitely going to be very advantaged if they have to play each other in that matchup.
Yeah, and if she
That's
focuses
interesting.
undefendable, it's typically kind of capped in how much damage she can do per round.
I look at these matchups and I think everything you guys are saying is correct, but I also think, man, I don't want to be on Black Widow going into Shadow Thief either. Uh, two of the most vicious late game development states in the entire game. Well, okay, here we go. So I guess the Huntress versus Shadow Thief analysis is what's going to matter here because that's the matchup we're getting. I think if it was me,
Oh, fair
I
enough.
prefer this matchup to
Yeah,
Black
I would.
Widow into Shadow Thief by a pretty wide margin.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at least Widow can threaten big damage, right? So if Shadow Thief kid doesn't roll well on defense, Widow can just burn her down.
Yeah, that's true. Although I don't know that I want to go into any
no.
competitive event
With
hoping my
with
opponent
Huntress
rolls
having
poorly
been
to
buffed
win.
with the Sieves and 2 leaflets. Fair.
Go ahead, you
Yeah,
were
you can
talking about the
certainly
new
have some
leaflets
weird
though.
blowouts where one person just can't. Oh no, you're good. Um, yeah, so I haven't I haven't encountered as much Huntress as I figured I would, since she was already sort of a pick for certain characters. Like I've lost to the old Huntress before she was buffed against playing Cursed Pirate. That one just because. can spam undefendables, so you can starve her for her coins. And then you've got Nira to lean back on whenever you get hit very hard. So do the Curse Pirate passive. But with the buffs of Season 2 Leaflet, I figured I'd see her quite a bit more, but still kind of remains a pocket while still rolling defense.
Especially with a character whose roles are as awkward as Huntress.
Yeah, I'm curious how much we're gonna see Nira go down or not, because like she cannot have her come back up the same turn she got knocked down, like even in the most optimal of resource generation. And I feel like that was deliberate. It uses to guarantee not taking damage from a big hit of yours. CP, you might be able to make them burn through half of it just to stay up, or from taking a ton of damage strategically at certain moments. And then maybe about then you have Huntress letting Nira go down.
Yeah, I think we're going to really see some interesting decision points here from Nick, because I think Argon is going to draw cards and then try to go for the big ults. I think that's been his MO in the past. But Nick has a couple options here, right? He can go the more savage, the straights, and just try to lead damage in. Or he can go for Feral Instincts, play it slower, try to avoid the defense and getting poisons on him. So it'd be very interesting to see how Nick decides to approach this matchup.
Yeah. What is your favorite status effect to Transference against the Shadow Thief? Steal a shadows, give him back a poison. What do you think?
It's got to be Steel
Maybe
Shadows,
even steal
right?
a sneak attack.
Yeah, I think it would be sneak attack or just taking his shadows if you actually have the ability to get it on a main phase.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to stealing the shadows just because it's sort of a guarantee, like the opponent doesn't spend anything against it. But okay, Pickpocket 2 starting upgrade. I was curious if he was going to get Carducopia's upgrade turn 1. Nothing tilts me more going against Shadow Thief if they upgrade that turn 1 and then roll a bunch of 5s with a 6.
Oh yeah, that is a brutal combination. It could definitely